Well, hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of Pens in Use. So this week I've got a smaller selection with some changes since last week, as always. I am still trying to run through my Pilot Custom 823. I have my Lamy ABC, which I inked up for a rodeo. I just inked this up last night, Pilot Custom 743, which has a fun falcon nib. Almost Empty, Parker 21. A Lamy 2000 Broad, Marte Modena Citizen. A Pelican Twist. Pilot Justice 95. And Pilot Kakuno. So I had a few pens inked up for what I'm calling the Children's Fountain Pen Rodeo. And the rest of them we'll just hit them as we hit them. And over here, where you can't see, I've got an extra surprise. So as always, my Bomo art journal, at least till I run out of paper. Come on. And you might notice a lot of changes. These three, the cocoon... Oh, okay, maybe not so many changes. Well, look at that! Alright, so let's start with the Pilot Justice 95. And let's get a lot closer to the paper, because why not? So this is Pens in Use. Whoops. I don't usually put the title. And it is March 10th, 2017. And let's focus on that. This camera needs something to focus on, or else it doesn't focus. Alright, so this first pen, I have the Pilot Justice 95. If you're interested, this is a fine point nib, and I have it in the hard setting. And the ink is Sailor Epinard. One of my favorite inks, which is sadly discontinued. Probably why it's one of my favorites. Isn't that how it works? Now, one fun thing with this pen, you might notice a cantilever. Now, it's been a long time since I filmed a review on this pen, but it's adjustable. You can adjust it from hard to soft. Let's write the same thing again, only soft. So, it's probably a subtle difference. I said so in my review of the pen, but it's a nice difference. I had it on the hard setting because I was using it with this camera, actually, to give notes in chemistry today. And yes, this is my camera, not school, so I'm allowed to take it home and use it for fountain pen reviews. Alright, part of my children's pen rodeo is this Lamy ABC. That will be coming out sometime within the next 2 weeks. And as part of the rodeo, I just wanted to show off the strength of this pen, which is how well it handles difficult inks. So I put in one of the two most difficult inks I own. And true story, I filmed a review last night. I have not inked it up since then. Started up like a champ. I don't think a single other pen here, except maybe the Lamy 2000, could do the same with this ink, to be fair. Alright, also a star of the Children's Fountain Pen Rodeo was the Pilot Kakuno, which smiles. This particular ink is a special edition, as somebody pointed out last week. I can't remember what year they told me. I did actually buy this and the pen as part of the special edition when it was being discontinued. Yeah, it's a nice bright ink. I like it. This is actually the ink that showed me, hey, I like Lamy bottles. And the last part of the children's fountain pen rodeo was the Pelican Twist, which was also a very recent review. I have a medium nib in it. The ink is Kaweco Palm Green. This pen is not one of my favorites. It's just, it bites me right there with that piece of the groove. And I don't appreciate that. By the way, well, I'll save it for the end. I did have an editorial comment, but not yet. This, thanks to a generous donation, this is a Parker 21, which is almost empty. This has been in pens in use for a shocking amount of time. The ink in it is Kyonuto, Ima Yoiro, Ima, Y-O-U-I-R-O. Now, it's one of those aerometric converters, and it just seems to hold a stunning amount of ink. Also, it's pink ink, and yeah. All right, whoops. And that was almost it for the pen. All right, and let's see, who else is fun here? Oh, I just published this review this week. My Marte Modena Citizen, a brand I know very little about, and as I confessed in the video. Smoothest nib I have, though, and a gift from Larry Barones. This is a Dea Trementis ink, and it is cucumber. Oh, and you can't see the word cucumber, so let's write it on the next line. Doesn't really fit anyway. All right. Nice smooth nib. Kind of a larger pen. It's nice looking in its way. The nib is the real showstopper with this pen, honestly. So if you're looking for a geographically themed pen, there maybe you go. All right, Lamy 2000 Broad. This pen has been seeing a lot of use, actually. And I'll tell you why. I've been experimenting with a different way of doing notes in my anatomy class, using a lot of diagrams and flowcharts and things. And this is a great one for drawing arrows. The ink in it is part of my search for a new ink, one of the front runners, Aurora Black. Nice black ink, but you know, when it's spread out like this, it doesn't look quite as black. And it's just reminding me how much I miss my fine point Lamy 2000 as my daily writer. And on that vein, after I realized I'd accidentally inked up the Broad, I decided let's ink up the Pilot 823 with Aurora Black as well, so I can do a daily writer and a fine point type of evaluation. I had trouble once with ink starvation, but other than that, it's behaved well in this pen. So this is a Pilot Custom 823. Fine point. I forgot the 3. And again, the ink is Aurora Black. And it is a standout there. It is reasonably fast to dry. It's not, my fastest drying ink, but reasonably fast to dry. So I'm pleased with it. That's why it's in the front. Lamy Black is also in the front. Honestly, Noodler's Black, even though I'm looking to get away from it, is in the front. Heart of Darkness, for various reasons, which I may do a video on black inks one of these days, is not in the front. Neither is Noodler's Borealis Black, Noodler's Dark Matter, Bookbinder's Red Belly Black, Mont Blanc Black. And anyway, there's a couple black inks I've tried samples of, or full bottles of, and they're not in the front running, but this one is. And then I'm down to my Pilot Custom 7 43, which has a fun falcon nib. And the ink in it is Noodler's. Black Swan. Honestly, one of my favorite inks, just like the Sailor Epinard up here. And fun pen to appreciate it in. Now, I'll just mention I'm working on another project. I'm busy right now, but this is my upcoming project. This pen, you've seen it before. I'm editing together footage about its restoration. The only change I decided to make is I decided it needs a different sack. The sack I had in it was just too big, so I will be resacking that this weekend. That's one piece of news. Oh, interesting. So I just picked it up and this fell out of the cap. Well, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. It's a cap liner, but I don't know why it fell out of the cap. Huh. Well, little mystery for me to solve. That was totally unexpected. Live internet, I guess. Close as you're going to get. All right, and then I've started a new project, mostly just doing a little cleaning on it. I know very little about this. This is a Majestic fountain pen. It clearly needs a new sack. It came without a sack. I think the finish is very attractive. Where I bought it from, they said it was lucite. And it could be lucite. It could be celluloid. I need to research it. It kind of doesn't feel like celluloid or sound quite like celluloid or smell like celluloid. I'm going to have to do some cleaning here, but it's in really good shape. And funny enough, whoops, that didn't just happen. Now that I'm looking at it, not the same feed, but darned if they don't look similar. It also came with a pencil, sort of functional, I guess. I'm not terribly thrilled with the pencil. I wanted the fountain pen. It was pretty. So I need to do some polishing on it, fix up the metal a little bit, soak the nib unit for a while, and, just make it look good. All right, so I forgot to do this at the start of the video, so I'm going to do it now. I mentioned Sailor Epinard is one of my favorite inks. This is my Sailor Epinard. I don't have a whole lot left. Let's see how well this works. There, you can see not a lot of ink left in the bottle. So, this is an interesting little tool that I found on Goulet pens. This is a ink miser. And what this is designed to do is it sits up like a vase. So right now, of course, it's sitting on its side, but it would sit upright, and there you're looking down into the dish, and you pour your ink in there, and then you can fill it like a normal person, because I honestly could not fill that Pilot Justice no matter how much I tipped this bottle on its side. I could not do it. But I poured the ink into the ink miser, no problem. And then I poured it back in here and rinsed the ink miser out. So, yeah, that's a way to handle it when you get to the last dregs of your bottle, because honestly, I hate this bottle. I mean, the ink is wonderful. I love Sailor Epinard, and I'm glad I have one more bottle of it. I'll be sad when I use up that other bottle, but what a horrible bottle. It is so shallow. And it actually came with a little insert for filling your fountain pen. Well, it was such a shallow little insert, it was useless. So, blech. So, thank you, Ink Miser. It came through for me. I bought it on impulse a few years ago, and I finally found a use for it. And looking at a couple other my bottles, I will be finding more use for it, because I have several coming to an end. I will be emptying several bottles this year, and usually it's just my Noodler's Black that I go through. This will be one of them. My Apache Sunset will probably be emptied out, and I forget, there was one other I saw. But anyway, that's where I'm at as far as pens this week. I'll tell you socially where I'm headed. this, well, I'm actually filming this on Wednesday, so I'm cheating. Tomorrow, Thursday, I will be headed up to the Regional Science Olympiad. We will be competing at the Dickinson State University campus. If we do well enough there, we will go on to state, which will be April 22nd in Fargo, so that's the whole other side of the state. Also, Friday, I will be judging a speech meet after school, so that's what my whole evening will be spent doing, not filming pen videos. Saturday, I plan to go down to Rapid City, drop off this laptop for repairs, and I'm really hoping they can mail it back, because I really don't want to drive down there again right away the next week or week after, because it's hard to get down there. So, yeah, I'm hoping that they'll just mail it to me. And then, let's see what's left. Oh, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, this is a busy week for me. I'm looking forward to it to being over. I have filmed, I have the Marte review uploaded. I will be uploading my rodeo and I have a Bauer 388 review that I will be uploading, so they can appear in the next 2 weeks. This Pens in Use. Next week, you'll get an exploration of my pen collection. If it takes longer for me to get this laptop back, there won't be anything for Pens in Use the following week. And then driving videos. Be finishing up my driving in the East River Road this Sunday. Next Sunday, if I get it all recorded tomorrow night after I get back from Dickinson, you'll get a trip to Bismarck and back. But I don't know, because after a whole Science Olympiad, I may just want to go home and vegetate in front of a movie. So we'll see. So that's what's coming. I thank you for watching. I thank you for being loyal listeners. And honestly, if you're listening this far into the video, you must like fountain pens, so it means you're good people. So I thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.